Imhotep, and welcome to Tarot TV for this series continuation entitled Tarot Cards, The Origins in Kemet and Egypt. For this card, we're going to do the 13th part of the series on the 12th card entitled The Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is all about perspective, looking at the world in an upside down interval. In the older series of the tarot cards, like I'm going to say the 14th century cards to the 16th century cards, the hangman represented a state of dying and rebirthing, much like Osiris or Sakar or many of the gods we talked about before. Check them out in the highlights below as we go through each and every one of the cards. There is a significance in the numerology of the tarot cards because it embodies each and every one of these Kemetic Egyptian Metunet or deities. So for this particular card, it symbolizes the extension of space and time. The hangman is a person who doesn't abide by the laws and principles of gravity or space or time. And so for that reason, it is embodied by the god Heh and his sister hauhet, his sister, who sometimes are depicted as frogs. Frogs have always been seen on the Nile River, jumping from lily pad to lily pad, lotus to lotus, and they symbolize the energy of space and time. The Egyptians saw the transformative capabilities of a frog, how it goes from, a tadpole into its metamorphic state into finally becoming a frog while still alive. It's different than a butterfly. Butterfly actually goes into a dormant cocoon, or a moth goes into a chrysalis before they emerge into these beautiful winged creatures. However, a frog is consciously aware as it evolves through its evolutionary path. It is conscious. It is aware. It is going beyond space and time. Not to mention the thousands of eggs that frogs laid. This was also a symbol of immortality, a symbol of transcendence. So, in a sense, Heh and Hauhet were the first reptilian gods who imparted wisdom to mankind, who gave knowledge of weaponry, harvesting. They were the first creatures who were seen near the banks of the river Nile. So I'm going to move forward. Their formation of the universe, when Ra manifested itself through Ma'at, Shu, Tefnut, which I mentioned in the highlights. During this time, also Thoth was born, and also Heh and Hauhet, space, time, balance, equilibrium. They were known as the Agdod gods, or the original 8 gods of creation. They're not the younger gods like Osiris and Set and Heru and Nephthys. Those gods are mentioned later on as manifestations of the Aten. Heh and Hauhet are born during this period. They symbolize the energy of time and space. When the hangman shows up in your cards, it is a marriage between the superconscious, the subconscious, the conscious, and the unconscious. This is the highest evolution that a man can get to. It's, in the sense, becoming enlightened, and this is why you can see the halo. He's about to descend into the afterlife at will, just like a tadpole transforms into a frog willingly. It doesn't go into a dormant state to do so. It's doing it all at the same time through its path and its spiral towards evolution. So that's my take on the hangman card, hauhet. So I look at this card like the Kriya Yogan card. Why the Kriya Yogan? Kriya Yogans are known to leave their body at will. See, it's like Ra. He's plummeting into the afterlife in this form of Heh and Hauhet. He's sacrificing himself to go into the underworld, where we will continue with the next card, the death card. We're going to discuss it tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your love and support, Imhotep. I hope you have a beautiful day.